Matt Ducey.
Well, thank you very much, Mr Speaker. It's a pleasure to rise and speak to the Rates Rebate Retirement Village Residents Amendment Bill in its first reading. Can I just acknowledge the Honourable Ruth Dyson for the bill that she brings before the House, looking to amend this bill. I myself have been known to submit members' bills around amendments that look to update and modernise previous legislation as well. This one looks to modernise and update the Rates Rebate Act of 1973. Specifically around definitions. Currently there's a definition around ratepayers under the Local Government Rating Act of 2002. This will seek to insert a clause that will look at residents who directly or indirectly will pay rates in connection with their occupation right agreements. And I suppose that's an acronym that we will learn to understand more, the legal definition of ORA, as well as another acronym we're learning is the licence to occupy as well. And that's language that is progressing with the huge development of retirement homes. I know in my electorate of Waimakariri we've got one in Rangiora, the Charles Upham, that's just about to open. A staggering 400 people will be in that retirement village. Very much a whole footprint of independent living to semi-supported to supported care homes right through to dementia wards. So a whole footprint through the life course. And I think as we learn more about managing and supporting our elderly and the issues they have at certain age groups requiring support, it's quite understandable that some of these issues thrown up in this bill come to light. So I think it's fair that we are supporting this bill in its first reading to go to Select Committee to understand the issue a bit more and some of the implications. My colleague Paul Foster-Bell mentioned some of the financial implications. Already rates relief budget is around 54 million. The costing of this, initially at the moment around 5 to 8 million. So it'll be looking at that. I suppose as legislators we're always mindful that wherever we draw a line there will always be some people who are just inside and some people who are just out. So it's understanding that always will need a line to be drawn. It'll be no surprise, I think, around this issues to any members of Parliament from any party across the House. Rates is a persistent issue that comes through in constituent work. Normally it comes through around people raising the fairness of the rateable base formula versus maybe individuals in a house or income levels. I suppose as a politics graduate from England, we go back to the 87 manifesto of Conservatives when they brought in the poll tax, and Maggie Thatcher brought that in 1990 and 91, and we all pretty much saw how that went. So rates actually motivates and stimulates people in very interesting ways, and that normally manifests in how they present through the doors of our constituent offices. And I think in an element, what underpins a lot of this is fairness, and we're looking to understand how we can be fair, especially for our super seniors. I've just finished a number of morning teas with my superannuitants in Waimakariri, and just following on from previous contributions, the amount that our super seniors contribute to our economy, to our communities and to our society is phenomenal, and I think they should be supported. So if we can look through this bill about possibly supporting some people who are under the abatement threshold of around 24,000, I think that's the right direction of travel, and it's a fair direction of travel, and I'm glad it's getting the support of the House. And as a member of the Local Government and Environment Select Committee, very much looking forward to it coming to the House and to the Select Committee and hearing submissions and the way forward. Thank you, Mr Speaker.